Welcome back to An English Haunting at everyone. Last week we went searching for ghosts, I think. And we found 0 ghosts. So this week excuse me. This week we're set up in front of this house, right? And I got a feeling there's a ghost in here. There's got to be a ghost in here. We have not found any ghosts. Look, this guy's got 72 hours to find some ghosts. I'm hoping we go in this house, and like Joey Malone shows up, and he's just like, "Man, I am so bored right now," in like the most Coach McGurk voice possible. We need Joey Malone to save this game. This game hasn't been bad. It definitely is, Claude pointed out earlier, it's had one of the slowest starts of probably any trivia game we've seen in a while, at least. There's been a few in general that had really slow starts. Like Sumatra was a slow everything. but this... Brendan, have you heard of a Ouija? Anyways, we are looking for a ghost. This guy had he was part of some ghost seeking society, I don't know, whatever, club at a school. there was this like ghost cult at school, and this guy and another guy were leaders of the club, and then somebody paid them a bunch of money to do some stuff, and the other guy ran off with all the money. So now we have 72 hours to like prove our innocence and that ghosts are real. And I think we can do it. I think we can find the ghosts and prove that they're real somehow. The sign warns that this property would be demolished soon. Yeah, so this house had, does not say when. This house was like in some apartments or something, or maybe it was just a house. And like down in the basement, people kept finding ghosts. And so they were like, guys, nobody wants to live here that's got ghosts in it. So this is why I'm convinced there's ghosts. However, guy here won't let us in because he's being paid to not let anybody in, and he's just doing his job. I like that we got 2 tales of questions in a row. I almost answered this one. Don't answer the questions at me. Let chat answer them. Figure it out. Let's see. Bloody idiot, ain't he? Who? That bloke. Ah, yes. Not very friendly. Anyways, what do you want to get in there for? I'm a scientist. I understand there's some unusual activity in this house. What? That house is haunted, that's all. Like this kid. You say there are ghosts in this house? Why do you think it is abandoned? Nobody wants to live there. How do you know there are ghosts? We've always known. This house has a tragic history. Well, that and what happened to old Mortimer. Is that our ghost? Mortimer? What's the story behind this house? Grandma told me that the first tenant, a bloke named Thomas Highmore, hanged himself in the basement of the house. And then? Since then, folks claim his ghost wanders the halls. And then? Grandma also said that no one who's lived here has lasted more than a month. They've all encountered the ghost. Wow. What happened to this Mortimer fellow? Old Mortimer is a tramp who spends his days picking up cigarette butts off the ground. He sleeps on the streets. Me too. Except for one night last winter when he decided to huddle in there to escape the cold. Oh dear. He came out screaming in the middle of the night, saying he saw a ghost in the basement. And you know, he went crazy. Oh, more than he already was. Oh. Why do they want to demolish the house? Heard something about the structure. It's unstable. Like most of the houses on the street, really. Do you know when they plan to demolish it? I don't know. What I do know is they've hired these blokes to prevent looting. Apparently the house still holds valuable items. Are there more people in the house? There are a couple more inside. I don't think anyone wants to loot anything anyway. Folks steer clear of this place. I would like to enter the house. I'm investigating strange phenomena, and from what I've gathered, this house is the perfect place for it. Are you a ghost hunter? I'm not too fond of that term, but you could say so. That's fascinating. A ghost hunter. Oh, I've got a plan. Then I would have a good story to tell my mates. I helped a real ghost hunter get into the haunted house. You know, I can get that bloke to stop watching the entrance. Is that so? Oh, and hang on, forget it. Because it'll mean having to go back home, and I'm afraid my dad will give me a hiding. A hidden. Beaten. Why would your father hit you? He's the shoe shine man, not me. But today he couldn't work, he's got a hangover. Whenever he's like that, he sends me to do the job. But I forget the shoe brush, and that's part of the plan. Oh. Go back home and he finds out, he'll give me a hidden for being irresponsible. I've been able to work all morning, and I've come to the street so my father won't see me if he decides to get out of bed. I don't know, but did you know that, wait, hold on. Not many people come around here. I'm safe here. For now. Tell me where you live, I can go get that brush for you. Sneak in and grab it. I already told you, if he finds out I forgot it, he'll hit me. I can convince him not to. And I won't be the only one getting hidden. About the brush, there's no plan, right? I'm afraid so. Let's see, you need a brush to shine shoes. Exactly. Otherwise, you won't be able to carry out your plan. You only have some kind of brush. Like a chalkboard eraser. It's a good plan, listen. I'll convince that bloke that he needs a shoe shine, and when I get him here, you go in the house. Don't do it through the front door. Go around the house, there's a little window at the ground level that leads to the basement. Broken. That's where old Mortimer got in that night. It's a brilliant plan. You're a little evil genius. I will see what I can do. Yes, Cloth. Alright, I was gonna say, did you guys know that Scrooge McDuck earned his first dime through shoe shining? And he saved up, and that's how he, became a bazillionaire. And he went to go give... So Glomgold, his arch nemesis, was also a shoe shiner. And when Scrooge McDuck went to go get his shoes shined, he didn't have any money on him. And... Or no, he gave him a dime, I think? Yeah, he gave him a dime. And Glomgold was like, what the F is this? Like, the shoe shine is worth way more than a dime. And Scrooge is like, yeah, but a dime is what got me going. Glomgold's like, you cheap bitch. And then he set out to destroy him for the rest of his life. They play a documentary about a lucky dime on the Master System. What? Anyways, I got a shoe shine and eraser right here. Does this work for you? It's a chalk eraser, but I thought that... Ah, yes. And it's clean. Oh, with this, I will finally be able to work. I think he's a party member in Birth by Sleep. Listen carefully now. While I'm shining that bloke's shoes, he won't be paying attention to the entrance. How do you know he won't be paying attention? I don't know what that means, Dougie. I have no choice on the price. Leave that part to me. Go around the house and look for a low window that's broken. Well, Mortimer could get in through there. She can, so can you. I can't read. Are you ready? Are you ready, kids? Give me room and watch. Boy, you. Yeah, I'm talking to you. What's your problem, kid? I think the problem is with you. Ooh. Have you taken a look at your shoes? My what? Mind your own business, tadpole. Alright. But don't say I didn't warn you. Warn me about what? If the one who hired you were to pass by and see your shoes, he'd think you paid for a pigsty caretaker. I don't think you've given off a very good impression. Bloody little trickster. How much would you charge to shine me shoes? Don't worry about the price. Someone like you can't afford it. Someone like you can afford it? Just one dime. I have the most competitive prices in all of London. Alright. But make it quick, alright? And make them sparkle. When I'm done with them, they'll look like they were just bought at Harrods. And if you want, for the same price, I can sing you a song. I sing very well. I'm part of the church choir. You know Poor Johnny? I love Poor Johnny. Now lift your foot and place it there. John took me round to see his mother, his mother, his mother. Well done, boy. Yes, go in the same direction that guy's looking. Goodness gracious. The odor and dampness of this basement is quite potent. It's almost unsanitary. Darkness. Is this like, y'all remember Indiana Jones? It's idle. I can't see a thing. Cannot conduct an investigation under these conditions. Is it just me, or is it actually getting brighter? Am I hallucinating, or is it doing the Indiana Jones thing? I mean, I assume I need to use the oil lamp and stuff. Man, this is some Drakengard 1 sounding music. Are my eyes adjusting, or are my character's eyes adjusting? My eyes. Okay, so it's not the character. Okay, so in Indiana Jones, you go into a cave, and the solution to the puzzle of the cave of the darkness is to literally just idle for like 5 minutes until Indiana Jones's eyes adjust. Alright, let's try the oil lamp. Lit. Oh, that's in the movie? What movie? There's a table on the back wall. Good place to put the lamp. Whoa. A bit more light would be welcome. Chilly in here. Almost like I can feel the dead. Temperature much lower than one would expect in a place like this. Bust out your ghost thermometer. Without a doubt, it's an unmistakable sign of supernatural activity. According to the professor's notebook, the manifestations used to concentrate down here. I should start investigating. Hey. Whoa. I hear footsteps upstairs. Must belong to the other two guards that the shoeshine boy mentioned. Whoa. Anybody here scared of ghosts? Boy, there you are. I was thinking, we ain't never checking the basement. Fancy taking a peek down there? Go on then, off your trot. You're going solo. But solo? And then? I reckon you got a point. Let's forget about the bloody basement. Smells like a rat died down there. All that stink of damp and ghosts. You heard them noises too, ain't ya? Something proper odd going on in this house, Roy. Sometimes feels like we ain't alone. There's more to it. I've seen things. What have you seen? You see that big mirror upstairs? Saw a bleeding shadow in it. It was right behind me. Turned around quick and there was nothing there. I'm telling you this in confidence, alright? Not a word to the boss. I don't want him to fire me because he thinks I'm daft. This house don't sit right with me. Wasn't for needing the cash, I wouldn't be here. Starting to get a bit twitchy, Roy. Need to get some bleeding fresh air. I'll tag along, could do with a break from this dump, even if it's just for a few minutes. Yeah, I'm not very British. Shadow in the mirror, interesting. Nevertheless, I shouldn't worry about those fellows. They were too frightened to come down here. Southern England? Mad Doggy? I can investigate without problems, as long as I don't make too much noise. Oh, let's get on with it. Is anybody in chat afraid of ghosts? We might have just seen one finally. My prototype is not finished yet. I need to give it the final touches before I can start my investigation here. What's it missing? Copper wire reel? Ah, yes. The machine should work now. You have so many crosses, they're scared of you. I hope it works. I don't know what the machine is supposed to do. Our studies concluded that there is a certain relationship between supernatural manifestations and actual electromagnetic waves. That is a word. Electromagnetic. Bioelectric magnetism. Anyways, right now the machine is agitating those waves to enhance them. Seems to be working. Does that mean it'll be easier to see the ghosts? Temperature has dropped considerably. Is this supposed to make the ghosts angry? The next step is to make contact with the entities. Oh man, we're gonna see some ghosts this week. As far as I know, Thomas Highmore was the first tenant of the house, and he hanged himself in this very basement. Oh man, it's gonna be just like, From then on, strange phenomenon began. Dear God, I'm so nervous. This is me. Okay, here we go. This was me and Rename. This is me and Rename playing Phasmophobia. We're just like in the house. Oh boy, there's a ghost in here. What's his name? Thomas Highmore? Thomas Highmore, where are you? Thomas, are you there? We're gonna throw a party in your house if you don't stop us right now. My name is Patrick Moore. What's yours? Anyone there? Keep trying to arrest the ghost. Me too. Actually, the last time I played, I kept trying to find the Ouija board. And I was like, oh my god, Rename, I found the He's like, Rudy, you there? Are you there, buddy? Are you there? Did you find the Ouija board again? God dang it. Reveal yourself. Thomas Highmore, how old are you? Yes. Thomas Highmore? Is that your name? How tall are you? Ooh, two-way communication. Is he tapping on the walls? Thomas Highmore. I have some questions for you. You want to say yes, knock. Let me get out of here. My machine. Me trying to talk to the ghost. Incredible. Concentration of energy is just materialized out of nowhere. Rename being like, watch, I'm gonna take a picture of him. Watch, I'm getting a picture. Hold on, I'm gonna get, god dang it. Can't be. It's an old rusty clock. It is materialized in the energy concentration from the ceiling. Supernatural transfer from one place to another is categorized as a port. What I just witnessed was a portal to another dimension. Never thought I'd witness one. Should have taken a picture, man. There's a date inscribed on the back. 1812. Damn it. The noises are coming from the basement. Should we go down? Are you daft? There ain't no doubt this house is haunted. Let's tell Tom. If he wants to go down, he can. Where's he at? Watching the door? I'll tell him to come running. I think the investigations are over for now. Dang. Didn't see a ghost. I mean, we saw like a shadowy figure that might have been a ghost for like half a second. Might have been a ghost. And airport. Still can't believe it. Were they looking for proof of the afterlife? Damn, here it... No, you just have a random clock. And this house. I have no words to express such a discovery. The Everest of haunted houses. Not see that, you idiots. Managed to sneak out through the bleeding window. If you've heard noises in the basement, it's because someone slipped in through there. No, I don't want one of you keeping watch on the basement. Pick straws, but if you hear any more ghost stories, I swear I'll kick your asses. Got it? You're the bloke who wanted to get into the house, ain't ya? Or I still want to. In fact, I've tried to locate the owner, but I couldn't. Sure you haven't been skulking around the bleeding house? Someone's been inside, and something tells me they were in cahoots with that little, boot kid. Hope you're not accusing me of trespassing on private property. No, I ain't saying that. I think. I don't want to see you wandering around here. Got it? Seem to call telling you I don't want to see you around here. Scram. It'd be difficult to get back into the house. That fella's suspicious of me. Let's find a way to get rid of him and those inside if I want to do further research. I wonder if our machine is still... Nope, our machine's gone. Old rusty watch materialized out of nowhere. This phenomenon is called an apport. Apparition. We don't have, like, proof. I just have a random watch I found. I could have found it on the table. Yeah. I was hoping we'd find a ghost, at least. Found this random watch. Henry, take a look at this. Rusty watch. Not just any old watch. It's an airport. What? Materialized out of thin air. Are you serious? Where did it happen? The basement of 34 Benwell Street. A genuine haunted house, Harry. I experienced a wide range of phenomena. Aerophonies. Manifestation of spectral energy. Bi-directional communication with an entity named Thomas Highmore. Are you serious? Yes, Henry. We have done it. All you're telling me is fascinating. And terrifying. Were you scared? Scared? I've spent my entire adult life waiting to witness something like this, Harry. I was just ecstatic. Situation like that, there's no room for fear. I admired your steadfastness. Let me see the airport. Good lord. Never thought I'd have an airport in my hands. You're privileged, Patrick. Percentage of the board is evidence, of course. Put that in my pocket. Sell it for some quick cash. It's engraved with a date, 1812. That could be indicative of... Henry? There are so many questions. Where did the watch come from? How many dimensions has it traveled through to appear in the basement of 34 Benwell Street? However, those won't be the questions the skeptics on the board will ask. Take this necklace. Take a good look at it. Much to my dismay, I will play devil's advocate. I told you it just materialized in that closet. What would you say? Keep it, by the way. It's been there forever. It must have belonged to my predecessor. I know what you mean, and I'm aware that the watch is not conclusive evidence. Well, you could ask the board to analyze it. That would give us more time. Hopefully the test will reveal something odd about it. Do you agree? I agree, and I will do so. What about the results you achieved in the basement? Can you repeat the test? Yes, thanks to my broken prototype. But it got smashed and I left it there. I had to run out of that basement because... Never mind, it's a long story. I was there illegally. Fortunately, the board won't accept the airport as valid evidence. Let's return to that house and come back with a sure thing. I'll bring back the ghost himself. It'll be difficult to gain access to it. Not to mention that I would have to rebuild the electromagnetic field prototype to achieve the same results. That would take time. Hello, Kurt Q, and also, I don't think so at B. As I said, I present the airport to the board and try to buy you some more time. Why is there, like, weird Anyways, try to rebuild the machine. I'll make sure the entire board is present when you repeat the experiment. Are there those weird symbols in the question for that? Anyways, hello, Kurt Q, and I don't remember who made this game. If I had to guess, probably not. Alright, what is this watch? Presumably gold necklace with a photograph of an unknown woman. I don't know how Mr. Lee... I don't know how would Mr. Lee help me with that. I have a flask and a necklace. Frank Lewis. Frank. Frank has any interest in that? Hello, Liam. Welcome. I don't remember where most of these places are. Like what most of these places are. Only money, sir. I was hoping you could identify the lady in the picture. I don't need anything else from her. Something more interesting than that. Keep it to yourself, sir. You're not allowed to accept anything. Nobody wants this necklace. Shove it where the sun don't shine, alright? Wow. I remember when we snuck our way into this. Now Carson needs that. This guy wanted something in exchange. It's an acceptable wager. Looks like gold. I see we speak the same language. Very well, let's play. The article seemed to suggest you knew everything about the base. Base. Although it only focused on what you considered our mistakes. We also have successes. Did you know that last year we made contact with an illustrious Englishman during a seance? Illustrious Englishman, just random guy. Well, no, in fact, the news appeared in a distinguished London newspaper. Published a couple of days before the winter solstice. Now tell me who it was, and you'll win the bet. Is that it? That's all. Well, do you know who it is? Be lenient and give you time to think about it. You don't need to answer me now. Mr. Wapple, it wasn't you guys. May I ask you a question? Ready to bet you just made it, Mr. Westmore? What? No. Not going to help you. Oh. Respect the wager. It has been a pleasure. Yes? Hope you can answer what I'm about to ask you. One of these guys is gonna let it slip. Do you know which celebrity manifested during the season of... I cannot help overhearing your conversation with Mr. Westmore. Not going to be the one to help you win the bet, young man. What? But nice try, I congratulate you. What? This guy will let it slip. I prefer to stay away. Oh. Too much hostility. Okay, there's like there's a place we can go for this. It's next door to the bar. Winter solstice. Oh, it's you. Welcome. I need information. Come to the right place. What topic? I need information about a seance of the base. It's done, sir. How long would it take you to provide it? 72 hours. Quite busy at the moment, so it could take a couple of days. Whoa, that is too long. Is there any way to speed up the process? Unless you provide us with enough data to find the news quickly. It would help if you knew the newspaper where the article was published, day, month, and year. If you can provide us with that information, we can locate the news in minutes. Would you like to try? Yes, why not? Very well, sir. Do you know which newspaper the article you're looking for was published? I hope somebody remembers that far back. The Observer? The Observer. Day and month. When is this winter solstice? The day before the winter solstice. Is that the 19th of December? Or the 21st of December? I can't remember if it's on the 20th or 22nd. Somebody really... Or, I think it's the 20th. What day is this, the winter solstice? Let's search Google and burn down a forest real quick. What day? Winter solstice. Aha. Oh yeah, because it was broken the other day and I never fixed it. 21st of December. What year is this? What year is this? 2025, I see. Alright, I got it wrong. Horribly, everything we just answered was wrong. I just click whatever. I'll look it up. Please wait here. I couldn't find the information you provided. I'm sorry, sir. Alright, I have the actual information here. It was none of these. The Morning Herald. We don't know. Bye, little yellow bug. We need to somehow find out that it's from the Morning Herald. I wish this song had more lyrics. What? What's wrong with the little yellow bug? Auto? No, I need a newspaper. How do I learn about newspapers? Wait, there was the kid. Hold on. There was the kid here. What do you have? What's your newspaper? Hey, Tim. Hello again, little Tim. Tim, of course. Looking for a piece of news. Hope you can help me. What news are you looking for, Mr. Moore? It's about the British Association of Supernatural Studies. Last year, they allegedly summoned a spirit at a seance. Does that ring a bell? Actually, I think it does. I don't remember the details, but I know it took up a whole page in the Morning Herald. Morning Herald, huh? You remember the date when that news was published? I don't recall the exact date, Mr. Moore. Did you know who they summoned? Not sure, quite sure about that either, Mr. Moore. Thank you, Tim. Hope I've been some help. So the scenes of the supposed summoning appeared in the Morning Herald. Interesting. Ah, yes. Now we have all the information we need. This is not where I meant to go. Wonder who they summoned. They summoned the Queen. Need information on the seance. It was the Morning Herald on the 19th of December in 1906. Did you find the news? Yes, here you go. Darwin from the Great Beyond. This is what I was looking for. According to this article, 19th of December, 1906, the British Association of National Studies managed to contact Charles Darwin in a seance. For God's sake, I don't think Darwin believed in God. I don't know what is worse, the deceit of the Bass or the gullibility of the Morning Herald. Being very grateful, Mr. Fletcher. However, there's a problem. You see, I don't have the money right now to pay for the service. But I promise, don't worry about that. First service is compliments of the house. Oh, I am embarrassed to say this, but you've taken a load off my mind. Subsequent services obviously must be paid for. Of course, certainly. Pleasure to help you. Alright. Here's Darwin. Darwin. I already forgot his name. Darian. Mr. Westmore. Yes? I think I have the answer. Really? Let's hear it. I believe it was... I haven't the slightest idea. Charles Darwin. Oh, very good. So you have done your homework. I must admit, this is the first time I have lost a bet. Though I made it easy on purpose. I just wanted to show you that in the Bass we achieve results. Which, by the way, is something you and Professor Ward failed to do. Ooh. Promise is a promise. Wait here. Charles Darwin. Checkmate, Professor Moore. This will teach you not to question the results of the base. Wait a moment. Started to see something in the mirror. Professor Moore. Come here, please. Show this to Robinson. I believe he's the one at the door today. He will take you to the dressing rooms. Thank you very much, Mr. Westmore. Listen carefully to what I'm about to tell you, Professor. We'll soon leave cold England and settle in sunny California. I want my daughters Vivian and Helen to grow up in a different kind of environment, more in keeping with the times. technological advances we are experiencing, Old England is still stuck in the past. No, I'm from the future. Stay there in England. What I mean is that I won't be here to defend the interests of the bass tooth and nail. Actually, don't go to England either, because they've got their own issues at the moment. Don't be too hard on us, Professor. Don't be too harsh on us. We already have enough skeptics who believe these matters are just fantasies. Believe it or not, you and I are in the same boat. You keep that in mind, Professor Moore. I'm already saying that I'll continue to hold the same opinion of this institution. Can I go against my principles? But I meant that I should be more discreet regarding this association in the future. Oh, that is good enough for me. Give Miss Shaw my regards. Thank you again, Mr. Westmore. This place is a necessary evil for what he's doing. Because if they get shut down, then he has no competition, I guess. And people already don't really believe in them to begin with. So he would get shut down. Also, rich people were supporting that one. Wait, I meant to go to the theater. Somebody left the light on there. Take the bearer of this note to meet Miss Shaw. Richard Westmore. Scribble. That is a signature. That's my new signature. You have a minute? Mr. Westmore was kind enough to give me this note. I sign things and not my name. Yes, alright. Show's not over yet. I'll have Clark escort you to the box seat so you can watch the last few minutes. When it's over, he will take you to Miss Shaw's dressing room. Alright with you, sir? More than alright with me. Please go in. I'll inform Clark. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a great pleasure to share this magical evening with you. You have witnessed the possibility to cross the thin line that separates our plane of existence from the beyond. You've also been witness to how the dead still have much to say to those of us who remain in this world. I can only say thank you for... Wait a moment. The young man. He has been wounded. A war. Far from here, on another continent. He is calling for his mother. He knows he is going to die in a few minutes. He's bleeding out. Do not cry, my dear. What is your name? Can't hear you clearly. Warren? Walter? He knows his mother is here. Oh. What's your mother's name, dear? Amelia? Amelia Reinhardt? Any audience with that name? Oh my god, Walter! Please come up to the stage. No, she should go. Your son wishes to be with you in this delicate moment. Amelia Reinhardt? That's me. Walter. Mom's here. Your son died in a war, didn't he? He died in the Battle of Verukstraft in South Africa. Fighting against the Zulu Empire. He couldn't bid you farewell. But thanks to the fact that the spirit world is not bound by the same temporal rules as ours, we can remedy that. I want to say goodbye to him. Don't worry, we'll find her in the dressing room as well. Walter, are you still with us? Yes, here's your mother. What do you want to say? Do you want to say something to her, Walter? The charade must end. Who's a fool who dares to interrupt a communication with the other side? Drop the act, Miss Shaw. Role as a medium is beyond your abilities. Ladies and gentlemen, all the way from across the Atlantic, Mr. Harry Houdini, the great escapologist. A round of applause, please. I warn you, do not get off the stage immediately. I will lock 1,000 padlocks on that straitjacket of yours and have you thrown into the Thames. Let's see if this time you manage to survive your star act. See, you not only engaged in fortune telling, but also mesmerism. You have everyone hypnotized. Ladies and gentlemen, apologize for the interruption, but you must know that this woman is deceiving you. What is happening, Miss Shaw? Ignore him, Miss Reinhardt. Miss Shaw is not speaking with Miss Reinhardt's son. He's never spoken with the dead. How do you know my son died in the war? You're Amelia Reinhardt, owner of one of England's most important steel empires. Everyone knows that tragically you lost your son in the war against the Zulu Empire. You getting the picture? Many of your London society's figures. Most of the information Miss Shaw has brought to light tonight is public. What isn't, she and her team have thoroughly investigated about you beforehand. Digging deep into you and your deceased loved ones to perpetuate this lamentable spectacle. Don't be deceived by the crude tricks of this fraudster. Walter? Yes? No, don't leave. I know what you're trying to do, Shaw. Don't go there. Walter says we are not taking him seriously. No, son, please. Stay with us. David Shaw. Walter says he has little energy left to remain in this place. In this plane. Mr. Houdini's interruption has hastened the little time he can spend among us. Walter? Walt? Walter is no longer with us. Or you couldn't say goodbye to him, Miss Reinhardt. you, sir. Are you proud of what you have done? Because of you, I couldn't bid farewell to my deceased son. Be rational, Miss Reinhardt. Your son has never been in this room. You have no heart, Houdini. How can you do this to a mother? Apologize, or we'll make you apologize. The audience is starting to get nervous, Houdini. You still have time to leave the stage. Haven't you just seen what happened? Use the mother's pain to emotionally manipulate you, and... Ooh, stop it, Houdini. These people came to see a show. You don't leave right now, I'll punch you in the stomach. I think he'd probably be fine. What a show they will have. Your attitude, you're legitimizing these scams. You ignorant bunch. Sorry for what's happened, Miss Reinhardt. Can't you contact my son again? Fortunately, it does not work that way. Return to your seat. That is all, ladies and gentlemen. He died from stomach issues. Interesting. We have traveled through remote and unexplored worlds without leaving our seats. We've heard everything that the deceased had to say. We've had an evening of unimaginable sensations. And remember, the dead speak to us. We just need to pay attention. Oh, I think the reason he had stomach complications is because he kept getting hit by cannonballs in the stomach. He did the old, like, watch me get hit by a cannonball trick, because he had abs of steel. I think that's what happened. He got shot in the stomach too many times. If you'd be so kind to wait here, Miss Shaw will attend to you shortly. Yeah, he had abs of steel. That I do remember. Thank you very much. Trivia 2. Mr. Straw is about to arrive. I don't have time to search the drawers without being caught. You caught snooping through her clothes. Or do you? There's a note from Richard Westmore. It says, for making a fortune, Beatrice. God's sake, Oliver. Didn't you know Houdini was in town? Yes, I did. But I did not expect him to attend the show. That scoundrel is determined to disrupt the work of mediums. He's obsessed. Won't happen again, Beatrice. I promise. Sigh. Don't worry, luckily I know how to deal with these kind of people. You should be sitting in her chair, on the other side of the room in the darkness. Batman style. Patrick Moore. It's about time I finally met you. You know who I am, Miss Shaw? She just said your name. Of course. And let's dispense with formalities. Call me Beatrice. Nelson has told me a lot about you. In fact, he's never stopped talking about you. Oh, he's gonna be, oh wait, he just left. Let's cut to the chase, Beatrice. Do You know where Professor Ward is? This hour? At the university, I suppose. You should know better. No, he is not there. Oh, where is he then? I was hoping you could tell me. One moment. Have I missed something? Professor Ward has absconded with a significant sum of money from a donation to the university. Nobody knows where he is. Nelson, a thief? Impossible. He doesn't care about money. Why would he do such a thing? I wonder the same. I'll ask again. Do you know where I can find him? Ease your tone with me, young man. I don't know what you're insinuating, but as I'm as confused by the news as you are. I'm sorry. It has been a very tough day. First, I find out my colleague is a thief. Then, the board expresses its desire to shut down the Department of Metaphysical Research if I don't prove the existence of afterlife in 72 hours. To top it off, my fiancé has broken ties with me, I've been kicked out of my own house, and all my money has been frozen in the bank. Yeah, Delita, it's not. I'm a nervous wreck, so permit me some vehemence. Oh, I'm so sorry. Believe me when I say I have no idea where Nelson is. You were seen with him at the Red Line. You thought I was his accomplice, did you? I'm just following the breadcrumbs. The information never considered that we were just two old friends having a pint at our usual haunt. Red Line is the perfect place for me to go unnoticed. You're too drunk to recognize me. What's your relationship with the professor? Are you lovers? No. Nelson has never shown interest in romantic relationships. Except with ghosts. I have no interest in men either. We've been lifelong friends. We grew up together in Whitby. We have hardly been apart ever since. The professor never spoke of you. We're talking about Nelson, so does it really surprise you? We basically only talked about professional matters. Gave up on talking about his personal life. Don't blame yourself. I had to be very persuasive to get him to talk about anything other than metaphysics. Nelson lives in his own world with his ghost waifu. Never wanted to be diagnosed, but I think he has early onset heterophenia. So that's why he's seen as an eccentric person. That would explain a lot. But he's the most upright and honest person I know. All this talk of theft and flight has me baffled. Something smells fishy about this. From a scammer. Is that a bee outfit? All due respect, I do not believe you have psychic powers. Why would you tell her this? You're right to think that, because I do not have such powers. Well, charade, as that buffoon Houdini pointed out. My calling is scientific, Patrick. My dream has always been to pursue science, but they wouldn't let me into university. It's exclusive to men. Everything is exclusive to men in this rotten society. I had to be self-taught, and I have become a good scientist. Damn it, I can't prove it. I'm curious that, as a scientist, you have no qualms about what you do. Take money from those who hindered my professional career. I've managed to amass a fortune at their expense. As far as I'm concerned, I have a clear conscience. I'm worried about Nelson. He must have been coerced into doing what he did. Not like him. I refuse to believe it. Do you have any clues as to where we can find him? No, every lead I've followed, regardless of his whereabouts, has led me to you. Oh. Have you checked if he is in his workshop? He has a workshop? What workshop? Never told you about it, I see. Does he have a secret workshop? Secret wouldn't be the word. He would simply forget to mention it. You know how he is. Like a box of surprises, indeed. Nelson wanted me to have a spare key to the place. Have it stored in that drawer. You come with me. Don't you have a function next? Our best friend has gone missing. Last thing I care about is entertaining a bunch of rich folks. Let's go and not waste any time. You look tired. Why don't you take a nap? I'll let you know when we are about to arrive. I am alright, not to worry. I won't insist. I hate London. The streets, its people, its repressive morality. The only good thing about this city is Nelson. Although he's from Whitby. Guess that doesn't count. I'm going to take our kidney. I keep thinking... Okay, hold on. This is like completely random. I keep thinking of... Can't remember the name of the game now. Stab the Princess? What is it called? Kill the princess. Slay the princess. Thank you. I keep thinking about Slay the Princess. I don't know what it is this week or this game or whatever is going on, but I cannot stop thinking about Stab the Spire. I should replay Slay the Princess. That's a great game. 10 out of 10. Would replay. What's your story, Patrick? Excuse me? Both you and the professor were obsessed with finding out what lies beyond death. The princess is appropriate for any month of the year. Admirable passion. Both of you would give anything to know the truth. So tell me, where does this interest come from? I saw a ghost when I was a child. Interesting. It was my little brother. Oh. He died of polio when I was 9 years old. Oh, I'm so sorry, Patrick. You can imagine how hard it must have been for you. It was Beatrice. It was... happened on the night of his funeral. I heard footsteps in the hallway that startled me. We were headed toward the room Cedric and I shared. First, I thought those steps belonged to one of my parents. It didn't sound like their walk. It sounded like Cedric's walk. Polio had deformed his right leg. His gait was distinctive. He jumped out of bed, opened the door to the hallway, and... it was him. His face was contorted in a perpetual grimace of agony and pain. He was bumping into walls with violence. He was banging his head against the door frames as if something was eating him inside and he was trying to get rid of the pain. As if something was eating him up inside and he was... oh, wait a minute. It must have been terrible. Sorry, I glanced over. So horrible that I couldn't bear it and I fainted. Never told my parents. Would they have believed me? I doubt it. Neither did I want to cause them any more pain than they were already enduring. What I saw was real. Not a hallucination or dream. There's no one in the world who can convince me otherwise. For years I've been obsessed not only with the fact that we can see the immaterial world, but also with what is happening to these poor souls. Like Joey Malone. I don't buy into these benevolent stories of ghosts appearing to their loved ones to bid farewell. What I usually do in my show, yes. Your fantasy, I'm with you. We go back to ancient times, the figure of the ghost has always caused terror. Ghosts have been feared since the dawn of time. I'm telling you guys, ghosts are a really interesting subject. Why are they used in literature as a chilling element? If you look at American Ghost and Malaysian Ghost, why are they both bedsheet ghosts? Why does this world itself have that terrifying connotation? They are our loved ones, right? It would be cause for celebration and hope that they visit us after death and that we can contact them. Contact them? I can't say the word contact. As with visions of angels or virgins. No one was scared of the apparitions at Lourdes in 1858. Exactly. Cedric's appearance was of a different nature. Conveyed anger, pain, aggressiveness. It was the very embodiment of terror. Oh, you can shoot ghosts with a camera. Something happens to us when we pass to the other side. I want to know what it is. I can't bear the thought of my little brother, who suffered in life, also suffering in death. He doesn't deserve it. No one deserves to end up like that. Most religions assure us that eternal peace awaits us after death. Rubbish. They're wrong. You want to hear my story? Say no. No. I only hear about myself. Nelson and I witnessed a similar apparition when we were children. It was at St. Mary's Church in Whitby. There were rumors that strange noises were heard in the church some nights. Parish priest denied it, but everyone knew something was happening there. Village editors talked about a ghost of a former prior who roamed the church at night. We've always been passionate about these issues. Like the good rascals we were, we snuck into the church one night hoping to see a ghost. Childhood fantasies, you know. Sat on one of the benches closest to the exit, just in case. We were there in the dark for over 3 hours with nothing happening. Alright. Suddenly we saw the benches near the altar starting to move on their own. A dark silhouette materialized and began pushing the benches with violence while approaching us. We heard its voice, but we couldn't interpret what it was saying. Or like, you kids shouldn't be here. Its tone denoted anger. That scared us more than its mere presence. I don't know how we overcame the fear, but we managed to get out of there. Same night, we promised to dedicate our lives to studying these phenomena. Did you become a researcher? Oh yes, most of my life has been dedicated to research with Nelson. But we didn't succeed. Nelson had support as a forensic scientist and later as a professor at the university. He could afford something as basic as living. I needed money. Research in this field was a guarantee of starving to death. We weren't achieving great results either. I put aside the investigations to become Beatrice Straw, the great medium. Nelson didn't take it very well. But he never stopped informing me of all his progress. Last night we met at the Red Line. He told me he had found an ideal place to investigate. Number 34 Benwell Street. Yes, I have been there. I managed to contact an entity. Are you serious? Nelson was right. You have to go back there and conduct a thorough investigation. Those idiots who want to shut down the department will have no choice but to eat their words. Oh, we are arriving. Hopefully we will find Nelson sleeping soundly in the workshop, unaware of all that's happening. Professor? Seems to be no one here. Let me try. Nelson, you fool. Open this blasted door. All of London is looking for you. I'll open it. This music gives me Super Metroid vibes. He's not here. We should search the laboratory. Maybe there is something that will give us a clue to his whereabouts. Good idea. I think the light switch is nearby. Where? We're gonna see a ghost. Ah, here it is. We're gonna see a ghost. I can feel it. Ghost? Ghost? Oh, let there be light. Let's turn this place upside down. I was 100% expecting dude's ghost. What's his name? The guy we're looking for. I'm so good with names. Anyways, Nelson. I was expecting to see Nelson's ghost here. Looks like a high-powered electric generator. Why would the professor need such wattage? This box is full of technical drawings. I'll take a closer look. Oh, it can't be. Beatrice, what have you found? Take a look at this. Is this what I think it is? The Box of Revelations. Nelson couldn't stop talking about it. High-tech machinery that can reveal the hidden. Real-time viewer of the beyond. Fantasy. We theorized a lot about this device. We gave up when we assumed it was impossible to build it with existing technology. However, from what I see... Yes, it seems the professor found the key. Reconnect. Oh my god. Of course. It could work. You can go look at this document. I read, designed by Professor Nelson Ward and Professor Patrick Moore. Yes, the core part of this machine is based on my electromagnetic wave booster. Thanks to it, I've been able to contact Thomas Highmore at the old Benwell Street house. There are several names associated with parts of the machine. Let's take a look. It was meant to contain ectoplasm, correct? You're right. Since ectoplasm is materialism of certain elements from beyond, we have theorized that, if treated and enhanced, it could be a strong conduit for displaying that invisible reality. But Florence Cook? She is even more fraudulent medium than you, if I may be so bold. Florence Cook would manifest an entity called Katie King through her body. You the one that was like puking up? It's proven to be a fraud, and the professor knew it. She like puked up some ectoplasm. That's why I'm concerned about entrusting the collection of ectoplasm to Florence Cook. Did you know there's a name for seeing faces in objects? What is it called? A psychological phenomenon called pareidolia. Pareidolia. Tendency to perceive human-like patterns in random stimuli. I clicked on the images tab. Mom has it. It's a phenomenon. I clicked on the images tag and it freaked me out because it was like a bunch of weird things, but they all had faces on them. But I know that they don't have faces on them. It's just it looks like a face because of the whatever the thing I just said was. Paired whatever or something. There's a study into it that I remember looking into when I played Hellblade. Because the first time I had learned about it was in Hellblade. I thought that everybody saw like faces and things. I thought that was just like an everybody thing. But apparently, I mean, it's fairly common. But apparently not everybody sees faces and things. Or like instantly associates faces and random objects. And I learned, like I said, I learned through Hellblade that that's like... it's a mental phenomenon. Psychological phenomenon. Anyways, you've been blessed with psychological phenomenon facing. This here is a geometric figure. This space is intended for the machine's generator. The box of revelations to be autonomous, we needed significant power. We conducted several tests, synthesizing and miniaturizing various generators. We were unsuccessful. It was one of the reasons we couldn't carry out a prototype. However, it seems that Nelson found an alternative. Batteries. There's no doubt about it. AA batteries. Professor Silius Binet. Who are we talking about? Silius Binet is a reputable yet eccentric archaeologist. He spends much of his time searching for artifacts out of time and place. Like all the swords thrown in the river. This has to lead to a rather dubious reputation. Artifacts out of place and time? Parts. That's what they call them. An acronym for out of place artifact. You know what's a terrible psychological phenomenon to have? To be blessed with? The immediately forgot the name of it. It's that one like plant extract that tastes like toothpaste to some people. Not mint, sorry. Not toothpaste. Soap? The soap thing. What's the soap, Gene? Cilantro, that's the one. Yeah. Cilantro. Who here in chat is blessed with the cilantro, Gene? I've never had cilantro. I don't know if I mean, I used to make food that had cilantro in it, but I never ate the food. Because I worked as a chef. And we didn't have people freak out about it. They're like, no cilantro on my food. Keep it far away from that. And I'm like, okay, sure, whatever. Anyways, one of the pieces would fit into a side spring. Eugene Wood. Does that name ring a bell? He's a renowned photographer specializing in post-mortem images. Mourning portraits. Photographs of the deceased for the family's remembrance. Dang, Final Fantasy Tactics Advance? Not Advance 2? Where's LCC? Hope they do not photograph me like that when I die. In fact, I have stated in my will that I want to be cremated and emptied down some drain. Same. But my last wish is fulfilled. I think that piece is a photographic plate. I think that piece is a photographic plate. One of the functions of the Box of Revelations is to visually record the surroundings. Fascinating. Box of Revelations is a reality. It can be made. Those 3 missing pieces and relying on the professor's judgment, yes. You know what that means, dear friend? Thanks to it, you'll be able to prove those skeptics on the board that you were right. What I am saying to those skeptics, to the whole world, come with me. This fight cost my attention, but I didn't know what it was until I saw the plan for the Box of Revelations. Yes, indeed. Appears to be a prototype of sorts. Let's see what you think of my proposal. I've noticed some missing adjustments and some elements that could be improved. I could take care of that while you get the missing pieces. What about the professor? Should we suspend our search? We're at a dead end. We can waste time wandering around London, or we can save your department at the university. We'll worry about Nelson later. All in due time. Something tells me he will show up eventually. Well, what do you say? Machine works, we can try it at Benwell Street. So count on it. Excellent. Let's recap. We need an ectoplasm sample. Nelson pinned his hopes on Florence Cook. I have doubts about this matter. Well known that Florence Cook was a fraud. Also well known that Nelson is the most skeptical investigator in all of England. Trust him. Nelson must know something we don't. Alright, where can we find Florence Cook nowadays? Florence in the machine. She's still conducting spiritualist sessions. She has her cabinet on Lark Hall Lane. Bing. I'll head there. Professor Silius Benet is key to making the machine autonomous. Archaeologist, not an engineer. Wonder how you can help us. Found some batteries. We'll have to ask him. Batteries from the future. Do you know where we can locate him? Yes, an office in the London Archaeological Society. And last but not least, we have Eugene Wood. A photographer. The machine can photographically record its surroundings. That compartment, and it seems intended for a photographic plate. Not just any photographic plate. If it were, Nelson wouldn't have had trouble finding one. We'll pay Benet a visit and we'll find out. Habang! Very well, Professor Moore. Pay a visit to these people. Meanwhile, I'll work on the machine adjustments. Bring me the pieces as you acquire them. There's no time to waste. Let's get to it. Ladder. I need a ladder, I'll know where to find one. Mr. Ward's famous caustic archive. Casuistic archive. He used to have it in his office. Apparently moved it here recently. I spent a lot of time reading his files over and over. Hold on a minute. I think he updated it with 4 new cases. They seem interesting, but I'm not sure if it's a good time to read them. Case of the Sheet Ghost. Man, speaking of bedsheet ghosts. St. Clarence Hoffman, once famous theatrical author. Definitely reading all of that. Leave it long enough for Lucky to pause the video. Read all the words on the screen. Unpause the video. Read all these words on the screen. Especially the part about chunks of cheese. And then you can watch this part of the video. It was just cheese. It was not a ghost, it was cheese. Brian Stewart, Strange Distant Voices. Surrounding sound recording phenomenon. Stewart. Semi-catatonic state. PvP. No ASMR. If the font wasn't so terrible, maybe. But the font is really terrible. Only it would read itself out loud. Ghost stories. What was the name of those old, like, ghost stories that were, like, 2 or 3 pages? And, like, it would have, like, a whole book just for it, full of these, like, real short ghost stories. They're really popular. I can't remember what they were called. Shelf is full of tools, but I don't see anything that could help me. Any goosebumps? No. There were seriously like 2-page ghost stories. I'm looking it up, hold on. Wait, I think it's Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. I think is what it is. Hold on. Yeah, scary stories to tell in the dark. And then they made, more scary stories to tell in the dark. And Scary Stories 3. More tales to chill your bones. It's been banned in like 1 billion libraries now. Anyways, I'm gonna tell everybody to read that. Anyway. Scary stories to tell in the dark. Absolutely. It's very controversial because it's a children's book. But, it's really spooky. And so it's been banned from a lot of, especially southern libraries in the US. Let's see, where do we want to go first? Let's go with lady that threw up that... We had a picture of her, like, throwing up stuff. Florence Cook herself, for example. She was studied by several researchers. Those who certified her as a fraud belong to the London intellectual elite. Several of them affiliated with the Conservative Party. Believe me, Mr. Taylor, when I say that our leaders are not interested in us being aware of the truth. I'm not saying it is a conspiracy, but it is a conspiracy. Ah, good afternoon. You're part of the group, I assume? Yeah, I'm with the band. Excuse me? The advertisement. I beg your pardon? I placed an advertisement in the British Association of Supernatural Studies newsletter seeking people to join me in Mrs. Cook's session. Now, I'm just here to get some ectoplasm. I'm supposed to pick up a box of ectoplasm. Only Mr. Morton and Mr. Tyler responded to the call. Tell me, did you also because of the advertisement? Yes or no? Yes, of course. Ah, I'm glad. I'm Joseph Brown. Patrick Moore. Pleasure to meet you, Mr. Moore. You don't have to worry about money. As I mentioned in the advertisement itself, it's all paid for. Ah, good, because I don't have any. I appreciate that. Hope you don't think Katie King is a fraud, as they have tried to make us believe. Well, I suppose we'll soon find out. Yes, of course, that's the idea. Gentlemen, Miss Cook informs me she's ready. I'll say, this doesn't look like the lady in the photo. Remember to remain silent throughout the session. Of the utmost importance that no matter what happens, no matter what you see, you do not leave your seat. How am I supposed to collect the ectoplasm then? Will we see Katie King? I cannot ensure that. But it seems that this evening the medium's spiritual energies are in full swing. Ah, how convenient. Oh, your wish will probably come true. Fascinating. Be kind enough to join me. Are you nervous, Mr. Moore? Oh yes, I am shaking all over. I can offer you an opiate to calm your nerves. Ooh, what? I usually carry some with me for... medicinal purposes. Promise me you won't tell anyone. Won't be necessary. Shall we go in? Yes, yes, of course. He's making muffins or bread or something. Suppose my niece has informed you the guidelines fall during this session. Know that communication with the spirit world is very delicate. Any unexperienced event can result in the loss of connection with the beyond. Therefore, allow me to remind you of what you must not forget while the medium is in a trance. Now rise from your seat once the session has begun. Lady King were to manifest, do not speak to her. Cannot see or hear you. Only communicate through me. He is quite sensitive to what happens in this world. Try not to make any sudden moves. Could get scared and disappear. Wish to convey a message to you or address it to me. Even while in a trance, I will be able to hear you and transmit your words. Everyone understood. Ask about that Thomas guy. Questions or doubts before we begin? Ready to put our hands on the table during the session? Do you have psychic powers, Mr. Brown? Me? No. I don't have any. Let the medium be the one to place her hands on the table to channel psychic energies, alright? I have a question. Will you hold on to this jar for me? Yes, of course. Let's begin. Lady King. How tall are you? You who left this life to join the world of the dead. You have been living in the shadows ever since. Summon you a wandering spirit. Let us, what if I summon Katie King into my apartment? Oh my god. I don't want to be haunted by another ghost. Florence? Is that you, Florence? I am here, Katie King. The sound of my voice will guide you to me. Join us. The researchers were right. Shut up, guy. Scare her away. I feel life in this place. You're not alone. No, dear. I'm accompanied by people who have come to see you. Who are they? I cannot see them. Only feel them. Mr. Brown is with me on my right. Opposite me sit Mr. Morton and Mr. Taylor. Finally, Mr. Moore is on my left. Nice to meet you, gentlemen. Katie says she is pleased to meet you. We can hear her. Unbelievable. Katie King must be using all of her energy to communicate with this reality. Katie? Yes, Florence? I guess inform me that they can hear your voice. That is wonderful. Can I convey a message to them? course, dear. Kill. What she said. Where I come from, there's nothing. Everything is dark. There's a lonely place. He's dead. Do not waste your lives on conflicts. Who's dead? Avoid problems. He realizes as if each day was the last. Those are very beautiful words, dear. Anyone wish to ask Katie King a question? Ask her about the ectoplasm. I don't think that was a ghost. I think that was a sham. Gentlemen, Katie King exists. The session has been a success. We should celebrate. Now an exquisite restaurant not far from here. He's got to deal with him. You think about going to the Regent Street Smokers Club instead? Good option, Mr. Morton. I know a brothel that... Mr. Taylor's option. You've heard Katie King. We must live life. Let's get moving, gentlemen. The brothel. I'll find Rose there. The session is over, Mr. Moore. Did you need anything else? You were Katie King, weren't you? No, I do not know what you're talking about. You just had to change clothes and appear from the shadows. Good sir, I don't know what you're aiming at, but I beg you to leave. Sorry, I need some ectoplasm. Forgive me, but my intuition is not to cause trouble. And my intention is not to cause trouble. My name is Patrick Moore. I'm a university professor. I'm involved in the metaphysical research along with my colleague Nelson Ward. Oh no, not again. Hoped I would never hear that name again in my life. I'm confused. Did you have trouble with my colleague? I'll tell you the same thing I told Professor Ward. You will not get the ectoplasm sample at the expense of my aunt's life. She knows. So you can... Enough, Charlotte. Oh, Florence, I said enough. I've made a decision. Be so kind as to step aside. I need to speak with this gentleman. Do you work with Professor Ward? That is correct. Where is he? Fugitive from justice. I beg your pardon? All that is sacred on Florence. This is getting murkier by the minute. Silence, child. I could elaborate further on my answer, but it is... complicated. I do not want to know more. In fact, I don't care. It's alright with you. Let's get this conversation in order. A colleague left a note saying you could provide an ectoplasm sample. That is correct. I do not mean to be rude, but I believe you made a mistake in thinking you'd be the right person for the job. Why are you always doing this? Why are you like this? Your reputation is questionable, Miss Cook. What I saw in there confirms it. Forget what you have seen. Anyone except the group you came with would know it's a crude setup. Professor Nelson has a memory. It's something that is sadly lacking in all those who hear the name Florence Cook for the first time. What do you mean? I've not always been a fraud, Mr. Moore. When I was just a teenager, I contacted an entity who called herself Sergeant Hughes, or himself Sergeant Hughes. Managed to materialize ectoplasm through my body, and this entity used it to communicate with me. Thought it was a good way to make a living. And it was, for the first few weeks. But each session, Sergeant Hughes gained more strength, to the point of possessing my body. He became more and more violent. His intentions was to evade this reality, a reality to which he did not belong. He managed to sever the link, but his last words were a threat. A death threat. It was then that I created Katie King. Contrivance, of course. But safer without risking my life. People didn't care, they were still amazed by the sessions. Since then, there have been several Katie Kings. I was the first, but logically I had to stay young. Latest Katie King, as you have seen, is my niece Charlotte. You understand now, Mr. Moore? I can't do what you're asking. She could die if she invokes Sergeant Hughes. Sorry, I was unaware of all this. It's not my intention to put you in danger. That doesn't matter now. I'm sick, Mr. Moore. Very sick. I've been given up on. Doctors have diagnosed that I have no more than 2 months left to live. I want to do it. I don't want to leave this life without the world knowing that I was never a fraud. Potential ghost, that's what I was just thinking. So you're in luck. You'll have your ectoplasm sample. I believe your niece is right. Invoking that entity could... It is my will, and you must respect it. I want that sample more than anything in this world. But I am also concerned about your safety. And I would like to have a clear conscience. You will. As I said, this is what I want. Mind you, I'm not going to summon the bastard without the presence of William Crooks. Crooks? Scientists who discovered the element thallium? Among other things, yes. My name and Katie King's became famous. Several researchers wanted to verify the authenticity of this phenomenon. One of them was a promising scientist, a member of the Royal Society. Validated the phenomenon. He knew it was all a hoax, but... He didn't want to discredit me in society's eyes. He's criticized and almost discredited as a scientist. I'd like to have him at the session. I have a lot to say to him. He's an important person in my life. I doubt he'll accept the invitation to my niece or I reach out to him. I mean, Mr. Moore, can you get Mr. Crooks to come? Know that I won't lift a finger without his attendance. Yes, I'll try. He resides in Berkeley Square. Ask any coachman nearby and they'll tell you where to find him. Bring Mr. Crooks here and we can start the session. In the meantime, I'll begin the preparations. You know that your selfishness will make my aunt die? I forget it. I'm outnumbered. I cannot fight against your greed and my aunt's stubbornness. May God's will be done. I mean, she only has like 2 months to live and this is how she wants to go out. Got any stuff I can steal? Some of those are these are some of the scientists who investigated the phenomenon of K.E. King. Learn to read. Mr. Crooks is the one in the middle. He reminds me of The Hill of Dreams by Arthur McCacken. Macken? Who here knows how to read? Not me. Vase? What is this, clock tower? Flowers go off an intoxicating aroma. They are African lilies. Are those poisonous? Is that what she's dying of? This one? I'll inform Mr. Crooks. What did you say your name was? Moore. Patrick Moore. Mr. Crooks? A gentleman named Patrick Moore wishes to see you. To attend to you right away. Thank you. Yes, what do you want? My name is Patrick Moore. I'm a university professor. What field? Medicine. Nice to meet you. Though I come to you as a metaphysic researcher. Interesting pseudoscience. Fairly interesting, but unproductive if I express my opinion. Mr. Moore, I'm aware that I am known for having been involved in these matters in former times. All that belongs to the past. Don't know how I could help you. I don't want to bore you with details, so I'll be brief. For once, not giving details. I'm completing a medicine that would be breakthrough in the field of metaphysics. I'm completing a machine, sorry. You have my attention? Continue. I need several elements to carry it out. One of them is a sample of ectoplasm that the medium Florence Cook could provide me. Florence. Did you say Florence Cook? Yes. I'll save you some time, Mr. Moore. Florence Cook is a fraud. Also doubt her mediumistic abilities. Well, I have my reason to give her the benefit of the doubt. That is your choice. Don't say nobody warned you. You asked me to beg you to attend the session. You won't do it if you're not present. No. I know that. I'm not getting involved in this, sir. Unless... I've been nominated for the Nobel Prize several times, and I was recently knighted. Last thing I need is to be associated with these matters again. Sorry, I can't help you. Do it in the name of science. Metaphysics is not a science. Chemistry and physics, those are sciences. Aren't you curious to find out Florence Cook isn't a fraud after all? I thoroughly investigated Florence Cook, Mr. Moore. And believe me, that woman has no extraordinary powers. However, your conclusion about her was quite the opposite. Very complicated. You wouldn't understand. Didn't want to be too harsh on her because... it was... let's just say it was a dishonest act that jeopardized my credibility as a scientist. He had a crush on her. Could bring you the blueprints of the machine I'm building. Yes, you've already told me about it. It runs on ectoplasm. Yes, well, not exactly. Spare me the details, Mr. Moore. Remember, you are talking to a scientist. Won't take much of your time. I was already giving you my refusal, Mr. Moore. Please do not insist. Said you were interested in the world of metaphysics. Also told you it was completely unproductive. May I give you some advice? Don't waste your time investigating these matters. You are young. You want to end up like those nutcases from Bass, believing they've summoned Charles Darwin? Who's on this month? It was Beethoven. Cleopatra. St. John the Baptist? No, it was Beethoven. Ludwig van Beethoven. Ah, of course, Beethoven. I had contact with an entity. Are you running out of arguments to try to convince me, Mr. Moore? I've already told you I cannot help you. Now, if you excuse me, I have to review the speech I'll be giving at the headquarters of the British Conference of Scientific Societies. British Confederation of Scientific Societies. I have a short time before the coachman picks me up. Good luck to you, Mr. Moore. Florence Cook is dying. What's wrong with her? Have I seen a ghost yet? She didn't specify what illness it is. Her life expectancy is months, weeks. She wants to see you before she dies. This emotional racketeering. Is that your final desperate argument to try to convince me? Oh no, I already exhausted all my resources trying unsuccessfully to convince you a moment ago. I'm just conveying Mrs. Cook's words to you. To be frank with you, Mr. Moore, my mind is split in two halves. One is controlled by reason, and to it I owe becoming a respected scientist. The other is controlled by love. Spirituality consumes the other half. That's why I became interested in the afterlife. I wanted answers, and that led me to investigate Florence Cook's case. There are two foxes inside of me, Mint. That time she was considered the most authentic medium in London. The investigation lasted longer than necessary because we realized we enjoyed each other's company. It is. It's love. We fell in love, Mr. Moore. Yep. I concluded that Florence's powers were nothing but a hoax. It's obvious that Katie King was her, although no one else realized it. Even so, I was so in love with Florence that I wanted to cover for her and admitted that everything was real. I'd like to think it's the maid singing in the background. Those claims shook my credibility. Even my career was at risk. Florence didn't want everything to end like that, so in an act of what I now see as bravery, she ended our relationship. She broke my heart. I haven't seen her since then. If what you say about her illness is true, it is, believe me. In that case, my heart would break again if I were to see her in that state. I want to hold on to the memory I have of Florence. Full of life, full of light. Also full of this, like, crazy ghost procession that we're about to do. But she... Please respect my decision. Please apologize to Florence for me. I'm taking a liking to you, Mr. Moore. You'll be welcome in this house anytime, even if I'm absent. I'm gonna rummage through his thing. Feel free to consult my library whenever you want. Do you know Deshawn? Of course. I have several first editions on the second shelf. You'll find them interesting. Good afternoon, Mr. Moore. It's been a pleasure meeting you. Is he hinting at something? Library. This library is quite a treasure. Contains volumes that would be the dream of any antiquarian. Antiquarian. Excuse me. Yes? I need Mr. Crooks to accompany me to that session. I understand, but I'm sorry I can't help you. Were they expecting... Wait, were they expecting, Mr. Crooks? Expecting what? Where are they expecting? Sorry, where? He has to give a speech to the British... Yes. Christian should be arriving soon. There's nothing you can do for me, right? I'm just a simple maid, sir. Didn't you convince Mr. Crooks? That would be meddling in Mr. Crooks' affairs. It would exceed me duties. I don't get paid enough for this. Carry on. Thank you, sir. It seemed to indicate that there's something, like, hidden in this library here. Fatigue is starting to take its toll on me. Dark circles under my eyes are becoming more and more evident. There's a sealed envelope inside that tray. It's for the coachman. Contains a card with the address where Mr. Crooks will give his speech. Don't lay a hand on it, if you please. The warmth is appreciated after spending the whole day walking the cold streets of London. No longer need to watch the clock for the university board to decide whether or not to close the Department of Metaphysics Research. Beatrice is right. If we managed to make the box revelations work, we would prove to everyone the existence of the spectral world. Camellias. Daisies. Petunias. Look, I gotta fill this thing with ectoplasm. Arthur Conan Doyle. I don't know who that is. Why is it so important for you to obtain an ectoplasm sample? You're creating a machine with which one can see the beyond. I believe in talking to the dead. At the cost of a life? Is it worth it? Let the dead rest and let the living live. I lived with a ghost for like 2 years. His name was Chen. He would throw water bottles at me. Or I should say empty water bottles at me. Where do we need to go? Beatrice? Number 5, here it is. The London Archaeological Society. My Professor Silas Bennett can tell me something about one of the pieces from the Box of Revelations. Yeah, we're looking for a battery. The ticket cost a penny. You can enter and exit the premise as many times as you like, as long as you keep your ticket. Where am I supposed to get a penny from? Excuse me. This Pay if you want to see the film. I don't have a penny. Yeah, pennies in this economy? Ooh, horror books? Shouldn't waste time entering this bookstore. Unless... But this type of literature is one of my passions. It will only take a moment. 3 days later... Ah, crap. I was supposed to be solving a mystery. Welcome to my house. Come freely, go safely. Leave something of the happiness you bring. Dracula. Ah, I see you're one of us. One of whom? You know. Excuse me? Now, aficionado of fantastical and horror literature. I always wanted to read Dracula, and I just never did. Ah, yes I am. Well, you've come to the right place. Feel free to peruse the store. You have it all. Poe, Wells, Verne, Blackwood, Mock, Beast, Benson, Bananas. Also find the latest books by budding authors on the shelf behind me. I've definitely had, well, maybe not goosebumps. I had them myself, you know. Or if you prefer, test your knowledge by answering my queries on the subject. Quiz time. Good afternoon. What quiz? Do you have Anne Karenina? Yes, by Leo Tolstoy. How dare you come to my establishment to insult me? Excuse me? I really said the good Tolstoy. Alensky. Alkesi. The author of Family of Vorlar, you ignorant fool. So good at pronouncing things. Go to one of those bookshops that shun this genre. You will surely find what you seek there. I was just asking for... Close the door on your way out. You're insane. And Karina. Anyways, I was gonna read what GBA wrote. That sounds pretty cool, actually, at GBA. Not the part where you had to retcon it, but the part where the actual story sounded cool. Anyways, third Final Fantasy VII materia question. The town I used to live in, like, high schoolish years or whatever, we had, 5 bookstores, I think? And 2 of them were kind of like this, I guess. And the lady that worked at the register, she would quote all kinds of things. Not Goosebumps, though. Her husband ended up... he was a computer technician who worked at GameStop part-time for fun and the discount. And I worked with him like on every Tuesday or something like that. They're both very interesting. He had a whole room of his house. Like he had a pretty big house, like a decent sized house. And they had a room in their house that was literally nothing but Star Wars like figures and stuff that the 2 of them had collected over the years. There was like literally hundreds of these figures, or like the different figures of Star Wars stuff. It was pretty wild. It would, like, that room was probably worth like millions. Like, it had so much old, like, original Star Wars stuff that the 2 of them had been collecting. He was a pretty interesting dude. He was, how old this story? I mean, it was like late 90s, early 2000s. I stopped working at GameStop in like 2008 or something. They're legit. He was pretty funny though. He would call me up with like the dumbest things sometimes. Like I very specifically remember him calling me up several times because there was people like having sex in the mall parking lot. And he's like, hey, guess what I'm watching? And I'm like, oh my god, what are you watching? He's like, there's two people in the car across from me. He's like, I just came in to enjoy my lunch. And there's two people in the parking lot, in the mall parking lot having sex. Okay, yeah, sure, what else? He's like, I just wanted to let you know. I'm like, oh wow, thanks. Thanks for telling me. He was a pretty funny guy. Anyways, his wife worked at a bookstore that was like this. That's the moral of my story. Anyways, why are we in this bookstore? I don't remember. I just walked in here. See, there are more books on the upper floor. I'd like to take a look at them. But I have things to do. I shouldn't even be here. Recognize some titles from that bookshelf. Such as Camellia or Milla. Have you perused it? Stoker did not introduce anything novel. Stoker. This looks important. The Ouija board. Why is the music all, like, menacing? Usually kept a file of newspaper clippings. There's a fire. Floral tapestries. You reading this, Blucky? There's a fire. I just got an achievement for reading this book. Why are we reading this book? Stygian Pond. I played this game. There's a spooky pond in the Thames. So we got another achievement for reading this book. Oh wow. You reading this? Me too. Got another achievement. These are all in that book series I mentioned earlier. I forgot the name of. Watch this, I'm gonna get another achievement. Oops, sorry. I didn't mean to skip that. Sorry. Somebody was reading this. There we go. Whoa! Whoa! That was spooky. That was super spooky. We should read the Ouija board. This is what I always would like go straight for in the Phasmophobia. There's like almost always one, like in the basement, and like the first house. Like in the future. Like he's reading these and he's like, oh my god, Lillian. Oh my god, now it's spooky. Why did I read that? Oh my god. Oh, whoa. I ain't gonna be able to sleep for a week. Mary Shelley. All started with her. I do not entirely agree with such a statement. There exist authors predating Shelley who delved into the realm of horror literature. Yes, of course. Frankenstein is considered a turning point in the genre, just like Final Fantasy VII. Its success led to your discourse less precision. Or advise against spreading inaccuracies with such levity. Annals of horror literature cannot be rewritten by a single erroneous fact. Actually, whatever you say. The greater passion than fantasy literature for me, it is money. Hence, I implore you to steer clear of the cash register. You should never tell this guy about Final Fantasy VII. That's right, Lewis, Poe, and me. Can't really tell there's a light in the way. Indeed. It is Sheridan Le Fanu. Oh, there's a quiz here. I saw this when I was looking at the guide for whatever it was I was looking at the guide for earlier. There's like there's a 20-point like question thing that you can do. Or 20 question thing. I'm pretty sure that's this. Doors will always be open to you. Nah, it's like actually about like answering horror book knowledge. It's a trivia game within our trivia session. Might still have it pulled up. Hold on. Right, yeah. It's very difficult. No, it's like a waste of time. We have 2 questions left in trivia. Let's get to somewhere that I can stop this game, so that when we begin our trivia session next week, we have something to go forward with. Something to let us know where we were and what we were doing. Hopefully hopefully next week this will be enough. I'm gonna save a second time. Oh, a big stretch of my arms. Alright. Well, and with that, we are going to stop today's English haunting. We have still seen 0 ghosts. We saw something that might have been a ghost. Maybe, potentially. It was kind of a like shadowy figure. Could have been anything though. It was not a ghost. I mean, was it a ghost? It could have just been the wind, or like an aurora borealis or something. No, it didn't say anything. Didn't really say pocket watch. That could have just fallen from the ceiling. We have nothing to back up these claims. Anyways, maybe next week we'll see a ghost. We're building a machine to see ghosts or something. But yet we still haven't really done anything in this game. Anyways, it's been alright so far. And with that, we end our English haunting for today.